Hi everyone, today Phone Arena is taking a look at the new LG Lucid 2, currently available for free from Verizon Wireless. That's with a 2-year contract renewal. The LG Lucid 2 is a bit of a modest update from the original LG Lucid, which came out around this time last year. The new model features a slightly larger 4.3-inch QHD display, which does pretty good. It's actually the same size as the one on the Motorola Droid Razr M. The phone is also fairly compact. Across the bottom here, you have your standard 4 capacitive keys for back, home, recent apps, and settings. Along the left side is the volume rocker. Up on top is a 3.5mm headset jack. On the right side is the lock and power key. On the bottom is the micro USB port, and around on the back is the 5-megapixel camera external speaker. And if you pop the battery cover off, it's going to gain access to the micro SD memory card slot and the 4G SIM card slot. Overall, the device is still pretty compact. It's also pretty lightweight as well, coming in at only 4.55 ounces. The device is relatively thin. The original LG Lucid had a slick plastic back. The new model, as you can kind of see here, it's more of a grooved, textured on there, which does provide a little bit better grip and feel to the hand. But overall, it's relatively compact and pretty much designed as a basic introductory smartphone. Like we mentioned, the display, it's 4.3 inches QHD with the 5-megapixel camera. Also on board is a Snapdragon S4 processor, dual core at 1.2 gigahertz and 1 gigabyte of RAM. So overall, specs aren't bad. As you can see, it's pretty quick going through the user interface. So we're going to take a little bit more in-depth look here. The LG Lucid 2 comes running Android 4.1.2 Jelly Bean, and layered over that is LG's Optimus UI skin. As you can see, there's a total of 7 home screens, and moving between them is pretty quick and fluid, not much of a delay here. Also across the bottom, you have several static icons for home, contacts, camera, messaging. The App Store is also laid out pretty well on here. One of the interesting things is that if this is your first Android smartphone and say you're not really that sure how to use it, you can change the phone to a starter mode, and pretty much what that's going to do is make the phone a little bit more easier to use. As you can see, the icons are a lot larger. There's also these little help tabs on there as well that you can go between, but pretty much for the standard user, the standard way that it's set up is pretty much what you're going to use here. I'm just going to change that back. Also, a couple other changes you can do is on the home screen. There's 4 different themes here that you can choose from. Also, you can change the screen swipe effect. Right now it's on Breeze. Several different ones that you can choose from on there, which is nice as well. Also in the App Store, you can also actually change the wallpaper style on that as well. So it's pretty nice that it gives you some extra user customization on there. But other than that, it's still pretty basic and easy to use as an Android device. For web browsing, the LG Lucid 2 comes with the Google Chrome browser, which does pretty good. Kinetic scrolling is pretty quick and fluid on here, as well as pinch to zoom. So overall, we're pretty pleased here with the web browser. It does load up pretty quick using Verizon's 4G LTE data network. When using the speedtest.net app, we're able to get download speeds right around 25 megabits per second and upload speeds anywhere between 10 and 15 megabits per second. So pretty decent here with the Google Chrome browser and also with Verizon's 4G LTE data network. Also included is a 5 megapixel autofocus camera with LED flash. Most images that we took outside have pretty accurate and neutral colors, but we did notice that images were a little bit soft, not real nice and sharp and crisp like we like. Also, indoor images, the quality starts to go down. There's a lot of grain in the image, and flash images tend to have a little bit of a yellowish, greenish hue to them. For video recording, it can record a 1080p video at 30 frames per second, so video is going to be nice and smooth. Again, color reproduction is going to be good, but unfortunately videos aren't going to be nice and crisp and sharp, but instead are going to have a little bit of a softness to them, which we kind of don't like, because it kind of takes away from recording at a 1080p. Looks more like around a 720p than 1080, just because the video isn't as sharp as it should be. Another area that the LG Lucid 2 has improved upon from the original model is with the call quality. Originally, the first LG Lucid had a bit of a muffled sound to it, but the LG Lucid 2 actually sounds pretty nice, crisp and clear on our end, also pretty loud as well. And people that we called also said that we sounded natural and clear on their end. Also, the standard battery that comes with the Lucid 2 is definitely beefed up from the original one. The first Lucid had a 1700 milliamp battery, which provided anywhere between 7 to 8 hours of talk time, or about a day or two under mixed usage. The new LG Lucid 2 actually comes with a 2460 milliamp battery. So that's able to provide around 3 to 4 days of mixed usage and about 12 hours of continuous talk time on a full charge. So it's definitely nice having that extra larger battery with the Lucid 2. So overall, we're pretty pleased with the device, especially since it's free with a contract. That really is always attractive there for customers looking for an inexpensive smartphone. The 4.3-inch QHD display does really well. Like we said, images and text are going to be nice, sharp, and crisp on the display. Yeah, we know it's not 720p or 1080p full HD resolution, but still in all, on a 4.3-inch display, QHD looks just fine on there. The call quality and battery performance are also really good. Signal reception is great. Like we said, it's about the same size as the Motorola Droid Razr M. Not built quite as tough, but still feels pretty good. This plastic texturing around the phone does provide a nice grip for the device. Also, the Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 processor, 1.2 gigahertz dual core with 1 gig of RAM, also allows the device to be pretty quick and speedy. Not a quad core, so benchmarks aren't going to be that high, but still for a dual core phone, plenty of speed here. So if you want to find out more information about the LG Lucid 2, check out our website at phonearena.com.